In this short video, I would like to share some ideas with you on how to handle uncomfortable, difficult feelings. My name is Roy Biancalana, and I'm a certified relationship coach and the #1 best-selling author of 3 books. And I work with single people who want to attract healthy, sustainable relationships. But no matter what your relationship status is, your relationship to your feelings is a core factor in your overall happiness and quality of life. So let's talk about this. Now, when I talk about feelings, what am I referring to? Well, I'm referring to the whole gambit of feelings, from loneliness to boredom to frustration, sadness, grief, confusion, self-doubt, discouragement, disappointment, feelings that come from failure, feelings that come from rejection, all of it, okay? Whatever uncomfortable and difficult feeling you might wrestle with, I think these ideas are going to really help you. Now, let me frame the discussion with kind of an analogy. Imagine that your life is like a house. You have a front door and a back door. Now, if you are in a healthy relationship with your feelings, both of those doors are open and they are always open. Meaning, feelings are allowed to come in through the front door. They're allowed to come visit you. You welcome them. You're not pushing them away. And you can let them go once you experience them. You don't keep them locked in the house to where they torment you. Okay? Now, with that analogy here, let's take a look at my little flow chart. So with feelings, we make 2 major mistakes. Okay? We either close the front door or we close the back door. Okay? When you close the front door, what you're doing is you're avoiding. You're avoiding your feelings. You're saying, I don't want to experience that. Stay away. You deny, you repress, you suppress, you push away, you ignore them, you just want no part. You're just resisting. Stay out of my house, okay? All right, that's the one side. Now, the other side is that you attach, okay? With avoiding, you sort of suppressed your feelings. Over here, you obsess on them. Like they get caught in you, and it's not like you have feelings, the feelings have you. You know what I mean by that? They spiral in you. They get a vortex of energy, and you stay hooked into something. You take it personal. You can't let it go. These are the highly sensitive people. They sometimes call themselves empaths. Okay, that might be a fancy word for, I don't know how to let go of my feelings. Okay? So the question for you is, what's your tendency? Which one of these do you fall under usually? Now, you can do both. I can do both. But you probably have a go-to place. Either you are an avoider or you are an attacher. Either you suppress or you obsess. Now, personally, a lot of people from a distance would think I'm an avoider. I project an image of being in control and sort of on top of things. I'm not. Not at all. I'm an attacher. When something gets in me, I have a hard time letting go. Disappointment, discouragement, failure, these things, they're like a tornado inside of me, and they pick up debris and all the leftover stuff I've held on to in my life, and it swirls with energy. So I'm an attacher. Where are you? Now, let's talk about the results of these things, because when we're on the extremes with our feelings, okay, when we're not in the sweet spot, which we'll talk about down here, it's trouble, all right? And you probably know that. Let's talk about it just very briefly. When you avoid, it really affects your aliveness, maybe even your authenticity, right? When you avoid, you push away feelings. I don't want to feel that. That's not okay. I resist. I'm in denial. I just justify, I rationalize, I don't want any of that. You're going to feel dead on the inside. People won't feel your aliveness. They won't feel your energy because you're not letting anything in your house. The house is empty, okay? And they might even think you're kind of inauthentic. When they say, Roy, how you doing? I lost my job. My wife left me. My dog died. But I'm fine. I'm doing good. No, I'm fine. It's all good, you know. I'm just trusting. Right? That guy's not authentic, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is you're liable to find yourself addicted. Remember, addictions are all avoidance strategies. I don't want to feel that. I want to suppress that. I want to push that away. That doesn't feel good. Well, what does feel good? Shopping, porn, drinking, gambling. All of those things are ways that you avoid your feelings. Okay? The third thing is I call avalanche. Okay? You know what an avalanche is? Up in the top of the mountain, all the snow falls. It accumulates. It's all packed up there. And then one little thing happens. Down the mountain it comes in an explosion of destructive energy. Okay? If you're an avoider, you are going to have an avalanche one day, and it's not going to be pretty, and you're probably going to regret it. Now, if you're an attacher, more like I am, where you can't let things go and you just get upset and you kind of stay in that vortex, well, you're in drama all the time. People might not know it, but you're in there, right? Secondly, you're going to face disconnection. Nobody likes to be around a drama queen. Nobody likes to be around someone who's always a mess and can never let go of anything and whines and complains and blames and feels like a victim and all that kind of stuff, okay? And then thirdly, you're going to make a bunch of lousy decisions. I mean, when you're all dizzy with all that, you can't think straight, you're going to act from a compulsion, you're going to act impulsively, you're not going to be able to be clear-headed. So when you're attached, there's all kinds of trouble. Okay? Now, the work of the avoider, if you're an avoider, your work is to learn how to be with. You need to learn how to open the front door and be with some stuff. You need to learn how to welcome feelings, how to not avoid loneliness or boredom or doubt or whatever it is, but how can you be with those things? How can you be friendly toward your experience instead of going through life trying to keep yourself from feeling anything, okay? If you're an attacher, you need to learn how to let go. Right? I mean, your front door is wide open, but your back door is slammed shut. Nothing gets up. You've accumulated everything that's bad's happened to you, and it stirs in you, and it flows in you. You need to learn how to open the back door and let some shit go. My wife has a little magnet. I think it's for me. It's on our refrigerator. It's a little Buddha dude sitting there, and it says, let that shit go. And I think that's for me more than it is for her. So that's the work. When you're with your feelings, you're avoiding or you're attaching. And the work is to learn how to be with your feelings and let them go. Open the front door, life comes in, I experience, I have feelings, I let it go. And I'm present for the next thing that comes to the front door. To be with that, experience it, let that go. And there's this flow that happens in your life. But our problem is we shut one of those doors and it messes up our system and we've got trouble. So the way your sweet spot is simply to feel your feelings, okay? Feel them. Feel means open the front door, but feel also means let them go, because when you are trapped in your feelings, you're not really feeling them. You're not making contact with your experience. You are making contact with the past and the stories in your head about them and all the victim ways you see yourself. You're not actually feeling the feeling when you're attaching to them. So that's the work. Feel your feelings. Now, How do you do that? You know, it sounds good. How do you feel your feelings? Let me give you 3 quick steps. And this isn't going to answer all your questions. That's why my email address is up here. Talk to me, okay? Let's have a conversation about how to implement these things into your life. But the first step is to learn how to, they're all W's. I think you can see that. Welcome. The first step is to welcome your feelings. Something comes to the front door, and you need to feel about the uncomfortable feelings. I mean, joy and sexual feelings. Oh, those are fine. But you need to be friendly toward loneliness, self-doubt, feelings of rejection. Can you just welcome that that's what's here now? That really is my experience. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I'm angry. I'm anxious. I'm scared. Can you simply welcome that? That's harder than you think, especially if you're an avoider. The second thing is witness, okay? Witness, or I might use the word watch. The feeling comes in, watch it, witness it, feel it, be with it. Actually feel, where is it happening in my body? What sensations are here? How is it affecting my breath? What thoughts am I generating about this feeling? Watch the feeling when it comes in. Just like if a friend came in through the front door of your house, you would say, oh, friend, come on in. You'd welcome him in, and then you'd sit him down and say, what's going on? I want to be with you. Tell me, right? You'd want to experience your friend as to why they've come to visit you. Do that with your feelings. Welcome them in, and then watch them, witness, okay? And then lastly, the last one is wonder. Don't try to figure out what they mean, but wonder what they're here to teach you. When I say don't figure them out, because if you figure it out, you probably go into your childhood. Oh, my mother did this, my diapers were too tight. You go down that road, it's a waste of time. But feelings do arise, and they often have wisdom in them. And so you want to wonder, what is, like your friend, what are you here to teach me? What are you here to show me? What might I need to do differently in my life? What might I need to spend more time on or pay attention to? What boundaries do I need to set? What growth do I need to experience? Your feelings are like your friend coming over to your house and saying, Roy, man, I got some feedback for you, man. I've got some wisdom that might really help you with your life. So that's the basics of what it means to feel your feelings. You don't avoid them. You don't get attached to them. You actually welcome them, you witness them, and then you wonder with them. And when you do that, you're going to feel flow in your life. You're going to feel harmony with other people, and you are going to feel a wisdom that is beyond what your mind can even generate. So I hope that you will take this to heart, and I hope you will reach out to me if you want some help applying this to your life. Thanks.